Yes. Good evening, students. Hello, students. I hope you can hear me. Welcome to my class. So, myself, Dr. Aditi Phapale, and I'm teaching biology on this particular platform. I would just like to introduce myself. Some of you know me, some of you may be new who don't know me. So, let me introduce myself first. About As I just said, my name is Dr. Aditi Phapale, and I'm teaching biology on this particular platform since the month of June this year itself. I have pursued my PhD in diabetes, Masters in Bioanalytical Sciences, B.Sc in Biochemistry, and B.Ed in Biology from Mumbai University. I have 12 years of teaching experience. In fact, this is 13th year going on now, and teaching is really my passion, and that's why I'm here in front of you. So, what's new with the Unacademy? Before we start with today's session, I would like to tell you what are the new features that Unacademy platform has to offer you, and this is what makes it different from other online educational institutions. So, what's new with Unacademy? These are some important points. The new feature has been added. Unacademy Ask a Doubt. Over here, see, you can ask unlimited doubts. Yes. So here, students, you can ask unlimited doubts. ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं है कि सिर्फ you are supposed to ask only one doubt in a lecture or two doubts in a lecture, or no such restrictions. Whatever doubts you have related to the topic, out of the box, whatever comes to your mind, you can always ask to the teacher. So, unlimited doubts. You can ask doubts anytime, right? You may, as per your convenience or as per teacher's convenience, maybe at the middle or whenever you get the doubt, or maybe at the end of the lecture. But in the during the lecture, you will definitely get an opportunity to ask a doubt. You get high quality video solutions in Hindi as well as in English on this particular platform. You receive exact matches for questions, that is, you get exact answers for the questions. Okay, 1 minute. Yes. So you can, as I said, you get high quality video solutions in English and Hindi. You receive exact matches, that is, exact answers for all your questions, whether subjective questions or MCQs. You get assistance with your homework, and most important, you obtain instant and accurate solutions to lakhs of questions on this particular platform, right? So this is something very important, I feel. Just teaching and going, or just teachers come and go and they do not cater to students doubts, that that is not, that won't help students understand. So teaching is one aspect, of course, but then there are so many different types of students and they may get different doubts, है ना? So to solve their doubts, to cater to their doubts is also very very important, and in fact I feel that is the most important responsibility of a teacher, that he or she should not leave any student with a doubt. So I think this is something very good feature that an academy platform has to offer you. Now, how to ask a doubt? Many students they know it, but many of them are new and they may not know it. So I thought of showing you this. How to ask a doubt? See, on the there is this such a screen you will find, correct, when you download the app, an academy app. So here you can see the step one is click on ask a doubt. There is a session ask a doubt. Okay, see here, ask a doubt. So you just have to click on that button, ask a doubt. Second, after you click on it, this window will appear. So select take a picture or choose from gallery. Okay, you have to select it here. Once you select that, click or select a picture of your question. Correct? Then you crop to highlight one specific question. That file may contain many questions, right? So you just crop or highlight the question for which you need the answer. So this is again very important. Then choose the subject that the question falls under, and finally you just have to, after doing these 5 steps, you just have to wait and you will receive the solution very soon. है ना? So है कि नहीं कितना simple? This is so easy, and just in 6 steps you get the answer to your question. Then let me tell you about plus subscription features as well. See, on this Unacademy online platform, it offers two types of classes, right? That is special classes as well as plus classes. Now, these special classes, they are free. That means students don't have to pay for it. Okay, you can just come and you can attend your the lectures with the subjects, the topics, the teachers, which you like. So you can just attend the lectures as per your interest. And the special free classes, as I said, you don't have to pay anything, correct? But one thing is that in this special classes, 30% syllabus of every chapter would be covered. Okay, I repeat, in this special free classes, 30% syllabus of every chapter would be covered. This is for all subjects. Now, so you will have to, if you like our lectures, you will have to take plus subscription, right? So what is plus subscription? Here, in this plus subscription, full 100% syllabus would be covered in all the subjects. So you don't have to worry about your syllabus at all. Okay, in plus 100% syllabus would be covered. Secondly, you can take subscription for 1 month, or you can take it for 2 months, 3 months. So you can take it for entire 11th standard, that is for all 12 months, or 11th and 12th standard, that is for total 48 months. So from 1 month to 48 months. Okay, these options are available. You can choose, correct, and which is again a very good feature, I feel. So in this plus classes, I repeat, you can choose from 1 month to 48 months, right? And these are some more features which this platform has to offer. Plus classes, see, live, you can learn live from the comfort of your home, correct? Unlimited access to all courses. Top educators of India are on one platform. Regular doubt clearing sessions would be there, answer writing sessions would be there. Then exhaustive coverage of syllabus would be done in the plus subscription. Entire 100% syllabus would be taught, as I just told you. Mentorship and guidance is done. Study material in the form of PDF is given. Practice tests would be conducted. Live test series are conducted. And of course, various batch courses are also conducted. Okay, just a minute. Yes. ठीक है, चलो, so let's move further. Yes, this is what I was telling you about. See, Unacademy plus subscription, class 11 and 12 subscription, plus as well as Iconic for state board students, plus Iconic subscription is not there, only plus subscription is there. So see here, you can see you can start from 3 months. You can take 3 months subscription, and it goes up to 24 months. Then again, for class 12 subscription, you can take for 6 months or 9 months or 12 months. The amount is also given here per month. If you take for 6 months, let's say, so per month you just have to pay 1500 rupees. And if you take for 12 months, you have to pay just 1125 rupees. Here also, can you see here? For 3 months, if you take per month, you have to pay 2250, and for 24 months, if you take, you just have to pay 938 per month. So these are some benefits that Unacademy Plus subscription has to provide you all. So I feel you should definitely take advantage of that, right? Okay, I will be discussing about more things with you all. But before that, now let's begin with today's topic. So today's session, as you all can see, it is pollination and types of pollination. See, I have already started with this chapter, right? The chapter, this is chapter 1 in your 12th standard, that is sexual reproduction in lower and higher plants. Okay, or reproduction in lower and higher plants. Already I have started with this chapter. In my previous lectures, I have completed the portion which is there before this. Okay? And today's session, I plan to cover pollination and types of pollination. Now, to begin with, what do you mean by pollination?
Pollination.
1 minute, huh? Yes. Chalo. So, to start with, first of all, what do you mean by pollination? Understand, fertilization, there is an event that is fertilization, which is very important in plants, correct? It is important in plants as well as animals, but now that we are talking about plants, let's focus on plants. So, what is fertilization? In fertilization, male gamete and female gamete, they unite, correct? And a zygote is formed. This zygote will develop into embryo, which will later on form seeds, and then finally a new plant will be grown out of it. Now, but for fertilization to take place, understand, pollination is a prerequisite. What do you mean by that? Before fertilization takes place in plants, pollination must take place. If pollination process does not occur, then fertilization will also not take place. Fine. I hope this is clear. Now, what is pollination? But see, the male gametes or the female gametes, they are non-motile. Male gametes and female gametes, they are non-motile. That means they cannot move. So if they cannot move, then how will they come close together and how will they fuse? And how will fertilization take place? Understand? Because they are non-motile, they cannot move. So for fertilization to take place, these male gamete and female gamete, they must be brought close together, and this is done or this is achieved by this process pollination. Simple. I hope this is clear. हाँ? पॉलिनेशन में क्या होता है, बेसिकली मेल गैमेट एंड फीमेल गैमेट को एक साथ लाया जाता है. Both these male gamete and female gamete, they are brought close to each other so that fertilization will happen. Right? Chalo. So let's read more. Let's discuss more about it. As I just said, pollen grains, they are non-motile. What do you mean by non-motile? Pollen grains cannot move. They are non-motile. They cannot move on their own from one place to another. They cannot. Okay. So, but then you will say, then how are they? How will they come near the female gamete? Acha. One more very important thing. Pollen grains, they are male gametophytes. They are not male gametes in plants. Okay? They are male gametophytes in plants. And inside this pollen grain, male gametes are present. I repeat, in plants, pollen grains are male gametophyte. Okay? And inside this pollen grains, male gametes are present. Simple? Now, and what is the female gamete? It is present in the embryo sac. Now, in plants, embryo sac is the female gametophyte. And inside this embryo sac, uh, egg is present. Egg cell is present. And that egg cell, it has got a nucleus. Okay? And that embryo sac also has got a secondary nucleus in the center. So both this nuclei, they participate in fertilization. Fine? Chalo. So after let's discuss more about it. So pollen grains are non-motile, but that they cannot move on their own, and therefore they must be carried. There must be something, है ना? Pollen grains cannot move on their own; they are non-motile. But then pass to आना है. Pollen grain should come near the female gamete, that is egg. Only then fusion and fertilization will take place. So that means there is something which carries the pollen grains to the female gamete. Correct? So see here, pollen grains are carried from flower to flower by means of external agents. There are many things, there are certain things which carry the pollen grains from one flower to another flower. That is, these external agents, they will carry these pollen grains to the female gametes so that fertilization takes place. Now, what are these external agents? Of course, we will discuss about them in detail further. Now, angiosperms. What are angiosperms? Angiosperms are flowering plants. Okay, flowering plants. The plants who flower and therefore who also produce fruits. Flowers है मतलब fruits भी है ना? So they are angiosperms. And what are gymnosperms? Non-flowering plants. That means they do not produce flowers and therefore no fruits as well. Correct? Okay. So angios and more, if you consider 100% plants are present on the earth, then about 60% plants are angiosperms. That is, more plants are angiosperms, and about 40% plants are gymnosperms. Okay? Okay, chalo. So angiosperms use abiotic and biotic agents. Now, what do you mean? Acha, one more thing, students. Please see, if you have any queries, if you have any doubts, please ask in the chat box. Whenever I see it, I will definitely reply. Okay? Please do not hesitate. Do not shy or do not fear or do not hesitate to ask your queries or doubts in the chat box. See, for me, no doubt is a silly doubt. I don't consider any doubt to be a silly doubt. Okay? So it's my duty, it's my responsibility to answer all your queries. So therefore, you please, if you have any query, any doubt, without any hesitation, ask in me in the chat box and I will definitely answer all your queries. Okay? Chalo. So angiosperms use abiotic and biotic agents. Now, for to carry out this pollination. What are abiotic agents? Abiotic agents are non-living things and biotic agents means living things. I repeat, Abiotic agents are non-living things, whereas biotic agents are living things. Now, these abiotic agents, they feed the visit, or these abiotic agents, living and a-living, they feed the visitors and they use their mobility for pollination and for seed dispersal. Okay? So all these agents, they feed the visitors as well as they help in pollination, and of course they also help in seed dispersal. Chalo. So I will just have a sip of water and then I'll continue. Okay? Chalo. Now, what is pollination? I already told you in short what is pollination, but let's have a look at the exact definition of pollination. Okay? So, what is pollination? Pollination is transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of flower. Pollination is the transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of flowers. एक minute. See here. This is the definition. Pollination is transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of flower. Now, what is anther? Anther is the Anther is the structure present in male reproductive part of a flower. Correct? What is male reproductive part of a flower? It is called as stamen. I hope you know that. The male reproductive part of a flower is known as stamen. Group of stamens is called as androecium. Group of stamens is called as androecium. Fine. Now, one stamen, it consists of three things. One is anther, which is present at the top. Anther is bilobed. Then you have a long, slender filament attached to it. So these are the two main parts, anther and filament. Okay, of a stamen. And this bilobed anther, it also has got a connective, okay, running through its center. Connective. So that is the third part. Okay? Now, inside the anther, pollen grains are made. Pollen grains are made by the process of microsporogenesis. Now, I have explained this in my previous lectures. Okay? So, uh, microsporogenesis, microspores, they are microspores. In fact, these are the cells which grow and develop into pollen grains. They form pollen grains. They mature and form pollen grains. Simple. So inside the anther, microsporogenesis takes place. Microspores are formed, which are haploid, of course. That is, they contain only one set of chromosomes. And these haploid microspores, they convert into, or they develop into, mature pollen grains. Pollen grains are male gametophytes and they are haploid. Chalo. So, that because pollen grains are formed in the anther, from anther they are carried to the stigma of the flower. Now, what is stigma? Stigma is a part of female reproductive part of a flower. Now, female reproductive part of a flower is known as pistil. Pistil, pistil. It is also called as carpel. Correct? And it is also called as gynoecium. So many names, but it means the same thing. Okay? So, pistil, carpel, or gynoecium. It is the female reproductive part of flower. Now, this pistil, each pistil, it is made up of three parts. The topmost portion is a stigma. Then, stigma, uh, to that stigma, a long stalk-like structure is attached, which is called as style. And then, the lower part of style, at the base, you can say, there is a swollen portion, which is termed as ovary. Correct? So, three parts of pistil. We have stigma, then we have style, and we have ovary. Correct? Okay. So, you just have to remember this, that pollen grains are produced in the anther, and then from anther they are carried to the stigma of the flower. Because on the stigma of the flower, once the right pollen falls, then pollination will take place. How? Again, we will study further. Don't worry. This is just the definition, and I hope it is clear. So, if definition is asked, you will write this. I hope this is clear. So, if definition of pollination is asked, please go ahead and write this. Transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of flower. See here. I just discussed about it, that pollination is prerequisite for fertilization. ये मैंने अभी आपको बताया था. I discussed this. मतलब क्या है कि if you want fertilization to take place, uh, pollination must take place. Pollination has to take place. If pollination doesn't occur, then fertilization won't occur as well. इसके लिए pollination को prerequisite कहा गया है. ये क्योंकि ये होगा, pollination होगा तो ही उसके बाद fertilization होगा. हाँ, so both male and female gametes are non-motile. That means they cannot move. ये भी मैंने आपको बताया. And therefore this process has to take place so that both of them are brought close together for fertilization process. Now ये जो gametes है, male gamete and female gamete, they are produced at different ends. है ना? They are produced at two different sites. एक एंथर में बनता है और मेल गैमेट, और दूसरा स्टिग्मा में बनता है. करेक्ट? सो एक मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव पार्ट का स्ट्रक्चर है, एक फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव पार्ट का स्ट्रक्चर है. सो गैमेट्स आर प्रोड्यूस्ड एट टू डिफरेंट साइट्स. And therefore it is very necessary, it is essential कि they should be brought close to each other. Only then fertilization can occur. That is, fusion of these gametes will take place. Now, there are two types of pollination: self-pollination and cross-pollination. What do you mean by self-pollination? It occurs in a single flower. See, self-pollination is a type of pollination which occurs in a single flower or two flowers on the same plant. It occurs in the single flower or two flowers but present on the same plant. Now this results in inbreeding or selfing. Now what do you mean by this, inbreeding or selfing? See, what happens is, when I say in a single flower, it means in this flower both both male reproductive part and female reproductive part are present in the single flower. I repeat, in a single flower, when both male reproductive part, that is stamen, and female reproductive part, that is pistil. When both of them are present in a single flower, self pollination occurs. Such flowers are called as bisexual flowers. हम्म? तो अभी इसमें क्या होगा? Because both reproductive structures are present in the same flower, the anther, from the anther pollen grains will be carried to the stigma of the same flower, है ना? तो इसको सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन कहते हैं. या फिर टू फ्लावर्स ऑन द सेम प्लांट, मतलब देयर इज वन प्लांट एंड this plant produces two types of flowers, that is male flowers and female flowers. मतलब flowers containing male reproductive part and flowers containing female reproductive part. But these two types of flowers, male and female, they are present on the same plant. Plant is same, so genes will be same. Understand? Genetics will be same when the same plant. हाँ, तो इसीलिए इसको इन द पॉलिनेशन जो ऐसे फ्लावर्स में होता है विच आर प्रेजेंट ऑन द सेम प्लांट, उसको भी सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन कहते हैं. Why it results in inbreeding या selfing? Now, what happens is, due to if this continues, if the self pollination continues in 5 to 6 generations, first 3-4 generations it's okay, nothing will happen much. But if it continues in sixth generation, seventh generation as well, then in that seventh or sixth generation, inbreeding will happen. Now, what do you mean by inbreeding or selfing? इनब्रीडिंग या सेल्फिंग मतलब आप उसको सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन हो रहा है बार बार, तो उसको इनब्रीडिंग या सेल्फिंग कहते हैं. एंड इट रिजल्ट्स इन, एज आई सेड, फर्स्ट 4 जनरेशन्स कुछ नहीं होगा, 4-5, बट ये कंटिन्यूस इनब्रीडिंग या सेल्फिंग के कारण 6th-7th या उसके आगे वाले जनरेशन्स में 6th-7th ऑनवर्ड्स inbreeding depression may take place. Now, what do you mean by inbreeding depression? Inbreeding depression means the plants will, in that generation, they will become sterile. That is infertile, yeah, sterile. मतलब they won't produce male gametes and female gametes. Okay, they won't produce only. Okay, chalo. So how does first of all I will tell you how this inbreeding or selfing takes place. Understand? The when in the same flower, okay, or flowers on same plant, anther, the pollen grains, when they will be carried from anther to the stigma, whether single flower or two flowers on the same plant, the genes are same, the genetic makeup is same. Understand? And therefore this is termed as self pollination. This self pollination will take place, it will take place in first generation, then it may take place in second, third, fourth, okay, upcoming generations of the plant, same plant. It won't carry, it won't matter till first 4 generations. Understand? Okay, or maybe fifth as well. But then if this continues, if this inbreeding or selfing continues in the 6th generation or in the 7th generation or further, it may create a problem. It may lead to inbreeding depression. It means the plants in that generation will produce, they will not produce any gametes, male gamete and female gamete. ठीक है? And if no gametes are produced, no fertilization will take place. So this is the disadvantage of self pollination. Okay, Now then, and so this is done. Let's talk about cross pollination. What is cross pollination? Transfer of pollen grains from anther of one flower to stigma of another flower of different parts, different plants of same species. I repeat, transfer of pollen grains from anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower of different plants of same species is cross pollination. Pollen grains are produced in one flower, so they will be carried from the anther of one flower to the stigma, okay, of another flower, and the plants are different, understand, but they belong to the same species. Species cannot be different. Okay, plants are different. Male flowers producing plant and female flowers producing plant, so different plants but same species. When transfer of pollen grains occur in such flowers, then we term it as cross pollination. ठीक है, चलो, let's move further. Now, in general, we spoke about the types of pollination. Now let's study specifically about it. ठीक है? So first is autogamy, or it is also called as self-pollination. Okay. Now it takes place in bisexual flowers. That is, in flowers in which male and reproductive parts both are present, they are called as bisexual flowers. So autogamy or self-pollination, it takes place in bisexual flowers. So it is pollinated by its own pollen grains. Now offsprings in this case, obviously, they are genetically identical to the parents. Correct? Because self pollination is taking place, understand, same genes would be are present, therefore the offsprings are genetically identical to the parents. Example, pea plant. In fact, you remember, pea plant, it has got bisexual flowers. So autogamy or self-pollination takes place in this, and this was one of the reasons why Mendel used pea plants for his experiments. Okay, Gregor Johann Mendel, he used pea plant for his experiments related to genetics because it has got bisexual flowers and self-pollination takes place in it. Okay? Chalo. Then geitonogamy. What is geitonogamy? Autogamy ho gaya, that is self pollination. Now geitonogamy. This is pollination between two flowers on same plant. Pollination between two flowers on the same plant. Plant same hai, so genetic constitution will be the same. Two flowers because two types of flowers are made. Uh, one type will have male reproductive part, that is stamens or androecium in it, and another type of flowers will have pistil carpel, that is female reproductive part in it. So two flowers, but plant is same. So similar to autogamy, it involves, but why similar to autogamy? Because plant is same, na? Genetic constitution is same. So in that respect, it is similar to autogamy. But it involves pollinating agents because two flowers are there. See, when in bisexual flowers, when male female reproductive parts are present in the same flower, in that case, pollinating agents are not required. ओके, जरूरत ही नहीं है पॉलिनेटिंग एजेंट्स की वहां पे. इतने क्लोज होते हैं एंथर एंड स्टिग्मा कि एंथर में से पोलन ग्रेन्स प्रोड्यूस होंगे एंड दे विल फॉलो ऑन टू द स्टिग्मा बिकॉज दे लाई वेरी क्लोज टू ईच अदर. सो पॉलिनेटिंग एजेंट्स का जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ता. करेक्ट. बट इन जिटोनोगेमी टू फ्लावर्स है. ओके, सेम प्लांट बट टू फ्लावर्स, तो यू नीड पॉलिनेटिंग एजेंट्स. Pollinating agents are the agents which will carry the pollen grain from one flower, from anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower. So for that you need pollinating agents. Here no genetic variations would be seen because same plant, and if they are of ecological, this pollination is of ecological significance. Example, Cucurbita maxima. Cucurbita maxima. What do you mean by Cucurbita maxima? ककड़ी. हिंदी में ककड़ी कहते हैं, मराठीमध्ये काकडी म्हणतात. ठीक आहे. सो कुकुरबिटा मैक्सिमा, ककड़ी या काकड़ी, कुकुम्बर है ना, हम उसको कुकुम्बर भी कहते हैं. सो दैट इज इन दैट ज़ेनोगमी इज सीन. Third is xenogamy. Xenogamy, it is also called as cross-pollination, or it is also called as outbreeding. ठीक है. Xenogamy is also known as cross-pollination, or it is also called as outbreeding. See here, pollination between two flowers of different plants of same species. Pollination takes place between two flowers of different plants of same species. है ना? Different plants, different flowers. Species is same, remember. Of course, pollinating agents are required here. Genetically different offsprings, because plants are different. Therefore, all seed plants, this is seen in all seed plants, most of the food and fiber crops. Okay, most of the food and fiber crops. Okay, this is some information which I want to share with you all. These are the details of certain batches plus batches. As you can see here, for class 12, delivery would be in Hindi, a batch, full syllabus batches hai, physics, chemistry, maths and biology. Start date, they are going to start from 16th August, that is from tomorrow. End date is 31st Jan. Then Darwin batch, again a full syllabus batch. The start date is 23rd August and end date is, it will go up to 31st October. Then there is Harvey batch. It is half yearly batch. Physics, chemistry, biology, delivery in Marathi. You can see Tesla batch is also here. Again, half yearly batch. Physics, chemistry, maths. Started from 2nd August. It will go up to 31st October. Delivery in Marathi. Then Mendeleev batch. Full syllabus batch for chemistry. Start date 23rd August. It will end up to 31st October. So basically, see, these are all full syllabus batches. Okay, for maths and science. Delivery is in English, Marathi as well as Hindi. So you have this, you have the option, you can choose from so many options. There are so many plus courses, full syllabus, half syllabus, then PCM, PCB, and delivery of the subjects is also in different languages, English, Marathi, Hindi. So whatever is convenient for you, you feel, whatever is good for you, convenient for you, you can choose any of this batch. So, what are you waiting for? Download the Unacademy app now. You will get it from Google Play, or you can download it on the App Store. See, to unlock my special classes and my plus classes on this wonderful Unacademy platform, you can use my referral code, that is AP Maha. AP is my initials, Aditi Phapale. Maha stands for Maharashtra. So AP Maha, all caps, no space, as you can see. You use this referral code to unlock my special classes, which are free, and plus classes as well. You will get 10% discount on the plus classes if you use my referral code. Okay, so one PDF is done. There is one more PDF which we will be discussing. So let me just share that. Okay, see here. Pollinating agents. There are two types of pollinating agents: abiotic agents, that is non living things, wind and water. Then you have biotic agents, that is living things, insects, birds, bats, and snails. Let's talk about this anemophily. Anemophily, that is pollination by winds. Okay, anemophily, pollination here, it takes place by wind. For example, it is seen in wheat, rice, corn, rye, barley, oats, and palms. Now, for pollination to take place by anemophily, that is by wind, certain adaptations, certain changes, that is, occur in the flowers. Understand? Certain adaptations take place in the flowers so that wind flowers will get pollinated by wind. So, what are those adaptations? Flowers, they are small, they are inconspicuous and colorless. So, flowers are small in this case. Inconspicuous means, conspicuous का मतलब होता है clearly visible. Conspicuous is clearly visible. So, inconspicuous means not clearly visible. Not clearly visible. So these flowers are small, they are not clearly visible, and they are colorless. Okay? No nectar and fragrance is there because it's not required. Understand? They are wind pollinated flowers. So wind will just come and these flowers, these pollen grains will get carried by the wind. Okay, that is air. So air or wind will carry these pollen grains along with it. That's it. So they, so that it should be easily carried by in the wind, they are small, they are not heavy, they are not clearly visible, inconspicuous. क्योंकि ज़रूरत नहीं है कि एकदम अट्रैक्टिव हो, है ना? दे आर कलरलेस. नेक्टर फ्रैग्रेंस की भी ज़रूरत नहीं है विंड पॉलिनेशन में. So they do not have nectar, they do not have any fragrance. Also, this is one important point, that pollen grains, they are lightweight, they are dry, and they are produced in large numbers. Okay, they are lightweight, they are dry, and they are produced in large numbers. Now, because they are small and lightweight, and because they are dry, understand, they can be easily carried away by the wind. You know? So, now you got why adaptations are required. So, for in anemophilous flowers, that is flowers in flowers where wind pollination takes place, these are the adaptations. I repeat, flowers are small, inconspicuous, colorless, no nectar and fragrance, pollen grains are lightweight, dry, and they are produced in large numbers. There are more adaptations. You can see here stigma. is feathery to trap the pollens. I have also shown a diagram here. Inflorescence of Z maize. Inflorescence is the arrangement of flowers in the plant, that is inflorescence. Z maize, this is the scientific name of corn, 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 or maize, 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 मक्का, है ना. तो उसका ये साइंटिफिक नेम है, ये प्लांट है. यू कैन सी इज दिस स्ट्रक्चर और कॉल्ड एज ईयर. यहाँ पे टैसल्स है ना. तो स्टिग्मा कैसा होता है? स्टिग्मा इज फेदरी टू ट्रैप पोलेंस. It is feathery to trap pollens. Then, stamens, how are the stamens? They are long filaments and versatile anthers. Stamens are, they have long filaments and they have versatile anthers. ठीक है. Stamens and stigmas, they are exposed to air currents. For example, maize. All these adaptations so that air pollination or wind pollination takes place easily. ठीक है. सो स्टिग्मा, दैट इज फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव पार्ट का सबसे टॉप वाला पोर्शन, इट इज फेदरी सो दैट इट कैन ट्रैप द पोलन ग्रेन्स इजीली. Stamens are again long filaments and versatile anthers, and they both are exposed to air currents. चलो, so remaining this, let's do hydrophily. Pollination by water. Hydrophily is pollination by water. Some 30 genera of aquatic monocots show hydrophily. Example देख लो, Vallisneria, Zostera, Ceratophyllum, etc. Adaptations. Hydrophilous flowers. Flowers, they are, now here also again certain adaptations are there. Flowers, they are small and inconspicuous. Then perianth and other parts are unweightable. Perianth means what? Small and not clearly visible. Perianth is what? When petals and sepals have same structure. Petals and sepals have same structure, same color. They look same. They appear as if there is only one layer. That is called as perianth. Petals and sepals look same, appear to be one layer, that is called as perianth. So perianth and other parts are unweightable, matlab they do not become weight. Okay, gele nahi hote pani mein. Then pollen grains are long, and again they are also unweightable due to mucilage. Mucilage is a carbohydrate present, and wax केमिकल सब्सटेंस है. एक मिनट है क्या? हाँ. So this mucilage, it forms a coating, है ना, waxy coating on these parts, and therefore they do not get weight. No nectar and fragrance because it's not required. Fragrance मतलब smell, है ना. Nectar मतलब sweet secretion, so it is not needed in water pollination. Types of hydrophily. Pollination, hypohydrophily. Over here pollination takes place below the surface of water, that's why hypohydrophily. Hypo is below. Then pollen grains are heavier than water, therefore they sink down and they are caught by the stigmas. Simple. For example, Zostera, that is seagrass. Now pollen grains in this case are long, ribbon like, and they do not have exine. Then we have epihydrophily. Over here pollen grains float on water, and they float on the water surface, and they reach the stigma of female flower. For example, Vallisneria. They are submerged freshwater aquatic plant. Female flowers reach surface temporarily to ensure pollination, and male flowers also float on surface of water. In exams, see this questions are asked. Vallisneria shows dash type of hydrophily. Okay, then different names would be given. You have to select epihydrophily. Either they will give epihydrophily or they will give hydrophily. Whatever has been given, accordingly you have to choose. So by heart this examples you should know: Epihydrophily, Vallisneria, then Hypohydrophily, Zostera, seagrass. These examples you should remember. Here you can see Vallisneria. देखो Vallisneria, female flower है ना, female flowers है. Water level you can see female flower, male flower submerged है पूरा पानी के नीचे. Okay. Specific gravity of pollen grains is equal to water, and therefore they float on water. In this case, specific gravity of pollen grains is same as that of water, therefore they float on water. अच्छा, देखो remaining we will do next time. Let's do quiz. Let's do some questions. If you know the answers, please answer in the chat box. The transfer of pollen from anther to stigma is called as pollination, fertilization, adoption, या diffusion. It is very simple. The answer is pollination. Correct? Next. Which of the following is similar to autogamy but requires pollinators? Deutonogamy, Cleistogamy, Apogamy, Xenogamy. Similar to autogamy but requires pollinators. That is pollinating agents. Answer is deutonogamy. A. Flowers with both androecium and gynoecium are called as bisexual flowers, anther, stamens, या unisexual flowers. Answer is bisexual flowers. Chalo. The remaining part we will do next time, and therefore the questions related to that part also we will take up next time. Okay? Before that, I would like to inform you all about my special classes. See, on this Unacademy platform, on Unacademy app, I'm taking special classes regularly as well as plus classes. So, special classes are free. Please, I request you all to attend. This is the timetable. So from Monday, I will Monday to Saturday. Only Wednesday I won't be taking, but from Monday to Saturday, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21. Okay, all these 5 days I would be taking special classes for 12th standard from 6:45 p.m. to 7:45 p.m. Okay, 1 hour. So do attend these sessions. Unacademy live special class. See, you can see here live. What are the features of it? Advantages of it? Live real time interaction using chats and emojis. Real time interaction. You can chat with me. You can send emojis. You can ask questions using the question tab, right? Then you can the MCQs. There are polls conducted. There are जैसे कौन बनेगा करोड़पति में होता है ना वैसे. So MCQs using polls in the live special classes. Poll leaderboard is also generated, which will tell you the who is first, who is second, who is third, है ना? So up to 10 it shows. So you can compete with your friends. So how to join my special class? Even this is very important. So see here all of you, download the Unacademy Learner app first of all. Then you open the app and click on Get Started. Correct? Then this screen will appear. So enter your mobile number and OTP, and then you can sign up using your email ID. Simple steps. How to watch my special classes? So what goal are you preparing for? HSC 11, HSC 12, and a CBSE, जो भी है, competitive exams. So you just have to select that. Select class 6 to 12. Then select your class. यहाँ पे 6 to 12 में आपको बस select करना है. Then select your exact class. After that, which language would you prefer? English, Hindi, Marathi. Select that preferred language. Then go to the description of this video and click on the special class link. अब ये जो वीडियो है यूट्यूब में, वहाँ पे उसके डिस्क्रिप्शन में जाओ एंड क्लिक ऑन द स्पेशल क्लास लिंक. ठीक है? सो क्लिक ऑन नोटिफाई मी and you will get notified 10 minutes before the class begins. So you can use my code APMAHA to unlock the special classes for free. Okay? See, free test series are there for every Saturday, Sunday, for plus class students every Tuesday and Saturday 12 p.m. and for special free class students every Saturday, Sunday 12 p.m. Throughout August it will be there. So you can use my referral code AP Maha, okay? AP Maha, and you can get 10% discount. These are some more discounts. If you take subscription for 12, 15, 18 months, you get free Maharashtra Board subscription for 2 months and free Creative Corner subscription for 2 months. Again, for 24, 36, 48 months, you get 4 months free. So, what are you waiting for then? You know, download the Unacademy app now. And as I said, you can unlock my special classes as well as my plus classes, wherein you will get 10% discount, flat discount. Use my code AP Maha. ठीक है AP Maha, AP my name Aditi Phapale, Maha for Maharashtra. Huh? And my YouTube referral code. I will also tell you that I forgot to write it here in this PPT. So my YouTube referral code is AP. ठीक है? So AP Ma'am Live. AP Ma'am Live is my YouTube referral code. चलो. So okay, children. So I hope you enjoyed today's session. Read this again. If you have any queries, any doubt, please ask me in the chat box. I will be happy to answer all your queries. Okay? Chalo. So let's meet next time. Bye all of you. Happy Independence Day to all of you. Stay safe. Take care all of you. Good night.